Come on, you had to like that one.
Are you kidding me?
That was good.
What in narcissist heaven was that?
Oh my God.
What in narcissist heaven?
Hey guys, the four of us have a great show, but look at me.
But look at me. Oh, and look at me twice, not
Right.
just once.
Right,
Jeez.
right. I mean,
my god.
Oh my gosh.
when you look this good, you just got to put yourself out there. I mean,
Oh, wow.
see, somebody
Interesting
liked
stuff.
it. Somebody
Yeah.
liked it.
Somebody
Yeah.
that's not willing to say who it is. That's probably Elizabeth.
No, trust me. If Elizabeth saw me, she'd be busting my chops. Without a doubt, would be busting my chops.
Accurate.
Raise your hand if you also strained your back this weekend with the freaking sawzall. I was
No.
cutting limbs, literally turned one direction, and my body's like, "Oh no, you're fucking old," and I couldn't hardly walk. I then I have the back brace with the suspenders, so now I look like I'm 90. I'm walking like I'm 90. And these back braces just make you look like Keith. I mean, obese. I mean, my belly hung out a little bit. That's what I was trying to say.
And surprisingly, you didn't use that photo for your narcissistic Kevin video.
No, but I do
Yeah.
have the back brace on right now with the straps. So
That's funny.
Oh,
He's
man.
got suspenders pulled down.
Let me
good
get
suspenders should be like a thing. Suspenders should be like brought back.
Okay, well now you know. Now you know I'm not overweight. I've been wearing a back brace this whole time.
nice.
Oh Lord! Anybody do anything fun this weekend?
Well, I went and danced, and I also like pulled this whole side of my back.
Oh great! So we're both going to be on stage next week. Leaving fucking walkers.
We're gonna be on stage Thursday, like limping as we walk across.
Yeah.
Oh,
Went out to we went out to Canton, Texas, walked like 7 miles, and could not walk the rest of the weekend.
yeah.
So
Mom and Dad
Getting old.
came back with a new damn puppy too.
oh,
Oh wow.
I think it's a haired rat or something. It's,
Dude, this thing is like this big.
big,
It's
yeah.
what a Pomeranian Chihuahua mix. Is that what it is?
yeah,
wow.
Pomeranian. No, it's a Pomeranian and a
Aussie
mix.
Yeah. So it's a Pom Aussie.
So, it looks like a caterpillar crawling on the grass. Is what it looks like.
Next to Keith's dog, that's fucking this is behemoth.
Well, what's funny is you see that this little dog will catch my dog's tail, and then my dog will spin. That dog will go flying.
Well,
And he just keeps coming back for more.
Keith's about to be a proud father again. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
well, his dog knocked up Mom and Dad's 2 dogs. So
2 of them.
Wow.
So we're about to have some 3/4 Pyrenees, if anybody's interested.
yeah, but those Pyrenees are small compared to mine, man. So I think Mom's Pyrenees is like 76 pounds, man. You bring her next to Ghost, and she looks like not even like a Pyrenees anymore.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll bring Grizzly over to your place for a weekend.
We want to get we want to breed. Well, we fixed Luna. We want to freaking breed Ghost just because how big he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'm interested to see because my dog is brown and dark brown, and these dogs are obviously all white. So I'm interested to see what the puppies turn out to be, since they will be 3/4 Pyrenees. So the problem is my dog's mom is some sort of a hound. So he's going to cap out around 65, 70 pounds probably.
Yeah. So, all right. So this week's guest is somebody that's been a part of the family for quite a while. He's a bigger smartass than some of us. He does a lot of things in the veteran space, and he's one of the few people that can go toe to toe with me in any room. He's a really sore loser, right? I can tell you that as well. And always, if he feels like he's lost, he's going to get really loud in a moment. And he lost pretty big at the summit. So, and an entire, whole region beat him out. And he threw a pissy fit that Atlanta did not win. So let's have
big hissy fit. Does he have any hair?
No, not at all.
Really?
Go ahead
Really?
and turn on your camera and stuff, Zach.
Oh my God. When I told you I was disappointed in the guest this morning, I was right.
Right. Me too. I don't even want to turn my camera on now because I like being hated on.
That looks
I
way
don't want to
better.
blind y'all with this beauty that's Oh, there it is. Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
There it is.
Hey, wait,
God,
you
it's
got the
just
same
that
lipstick
glow.
that Stevie has on.
You know? Oh, wow. Stevie. Should I go get the red lipstick? Because we can really match.
Oh, I would
It's already
love
on.
it, Zach. I would love it. Let's do it.
So, Zach, we'll give you a second to introduce yourself here in a minute, but for right now, we're going to jump into.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
I
I was
feel like
looking
we
for
need
sounds
a
and that one
time
popped
limit.
in.
We need a time limit on how much time Donnie spends on camera.
Dude.
Like he needs an account that has like a cutoff because wow.
What's funny is that transition to all these, like, I made them this morning. So that was my half hour before we jumped on here.
Oh my gosh.
So for this segment, we're gonna go through it. What are some awkward moments?
Right now.
Yeah. This is it. Anytime I'm on the camera with Zach, it's an awkward moment. So, no. So who wants to start us off? Awkward moments. What's a time or a moment when
Listen, I'll start us off. I got a funny story that was 30 some years ago. When I was dating right after high school, my girlfriend, who ended up becoming my wife, but my girlfriend at the time was going to UNT, and somebody in her sorority house was getting married. So we go to this giant wedding, and my girlfriend is in the wedding. And it's weird because most weddings, they have this for the reception, they have this big table, and everyone's sitting at the table that's in the wedding. And usually their plus one is also with them, right? Not at this wedding. So I had to go sit at this table. I knew nobody. Absolutely nobody. And there's like 20 people at this big round table. And I'm trying to make conversation like I always do because I can't keep my mouth shut. And there was a guy singing an acoustic guitar at the wedding, and he stumbled like 3 or 4 times and like with the melodies and the chords and stuff, like he was learning how to play guitar or something. So I brought it up and I'm like, what about that guy playing guitar today at the wedding thing? I'm like, he needs to practice a little more. And the guy across the table from me goes, yeah, I've only been practicing for 6 weeks. He's, I'll do better next time. I'm like, now, why would the guy playing guitar be put at my table?
Why wouldn't he?
He was in the wedding. He should have been up there on the stage, right? I didn't think he'd be in the audience, so I had to sit through that dinner the whole time. And then, of course, the story makes it back to my girlfriend a few hours later and get my ass chewed out. And it was a great wedding. Loved it.
Mine, I was in St. Louis. I was in my young 20s, and the whole executive team for a Fortune 500 were out to dinner and drinks after a 7-day long trade show where we had to work the floor for 7 days. It was a beating. Well, they take us out on a harbor cruise, and it's all you can drink, right? Wine, beer, liquor, and we drank and drank. And we get back to the hotel, and there's a bar on like the 5th floor of the hotel. It's this balcony bar. And now we're sitting with the president, all the executives, everything out there. Well, the whole theme of the trade show was the safari theme. And some of the gals that were out there stole a beaver, and we're literally carrying it around with us everywhere at this a whole after hour. Well, they had put the beaver on the table. And somebody, I think it was my vice president of marketing, goes, man, that's a really nice gopher. Me and my, brightness yell out, that's a beaver. Trust me, I know beavers. All the presidents, executives. Yeah. I excused myself and went to my room afterwards.
Which I'm surprised you actually did. I'm like, stay there and soak it all in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Who's got one next?
See, my problem with awkward moments is I'm like, which ones am I willing to share? Like you got to think through like your life and go, which one is something that, like my mother is watching this, right? Like I have to think about.
Well, your mother's my biggest fan, so I love the fact.
So she's fine with your story, but my story may be completely different. And then I have to hear about it later, right? Yep. So Bernie, you got one?
I sure do. So roughly about 18 years ago, I was giving my second eulogy ever for my grandma who had passed away. We had about 50
Usually you give a
there.
eulogy when somebody passes away.
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you for that clarification. So I'm giving my eulogy, and as I'm finishing up, someone lets loose one of those really long, squeaky farts with an exclamation point at the end. It's like
At the funeral?
Yeah, at the funeral, as I'm giving the eulogy. So everyone ended up laughing for probably a good 3 to 5 minutes. It was absolute perfect comedic timing. And my grandma was not one of those people for, sad and sappy type shit. So she 100% would be that person who was blowing ass during a eulogy. It was literally divine intervention. It was hilarious.
That's awesome. Something along those lines is when one of my best friends got married, I actually went UA or AWOL from the Marine Corps to be the best man in his wedding. So I left without thing, right? This is back when those Nextel phones had the walkie-talkie feature on them, right? So they're up there, and Joe and Nikki are going to light the candle. That right there, the whole thing is quiet as hell, and you hear on my dad's freaking Nextel, "Hey, Boivin!" His fucking coworker knew that he was going to be in a wedding and literally keyed up, and it was like perfect timing. Yells, "Hey, Boivin!" because he made fun of our damn last name. Right there as the candle lighting ceremony happened. So yeah. So, anybody ever forget your own acronym on stage?
Oh,
So I'm down in San Antonio.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, mine was worse. I was doing the acronym RELAX, and I don't remember what the words meant, because that was like 5 years ago.
Obviously, isn't that the point of you forgot it?
Right, 100%. So
you always put an X in your acronym, right? Because that's smart.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm giving this presentation, and I do the R, and I do the E, and then I go to X, and I just keep going. And then as I realized, as I'm going through, that I forgot the other 2 letters, and I stop, and I said, I totally skipped, the L and A. Why didn't you all stop me? And the whole crowd starts laughing, and I have to go backwards now. But for the longest time afterwards, I was called Rex, because that was being broadcast live, so all the Success Champions could also enjoy it as well. So yeah, that happened. So
I think for me, my most awkward moment that I could think of recently, and it goes with the speaking idea, right? Because as speakers, we have a lot of awkward moments on stage. I went to do a presentation, and this is back when I was first starting. So I was doing all the Rotary clubs, all the Lions clubs, all the things. And I went to this Lions club that was meeting at 6:45 in the morning, which any of y'all know me, just getting here for 8 a.m. is 6:45 is
you did makeup and hair today. So
I know. Unfortunately, it's not for you. It's for something I have afterwards. But it's not my best time in the morning. But anyway, hey, take the speaking gig where you get it. So I show up, right? I show up to speak. They are literally 5 old men at a table in a Denny's. This is where I'm speaking. This is my speaking engagement. 5 old men at a table in Denny's.
Hang on. So no microphone?
Yeah, right. No microphone, no slice. So I sit down, right? I sit at the table, and we're all eating to start with. That was fine, making chit chat, whatever. And then they're like, "Okay, you go ahead and start." I start. 3 of those fuckers fall asleep. Literally, they are snoring while I am talking, and the other 2 are laughing at them snoring. And I'm just sitting there what do I do with this? I don't even know how to handle this situation. And it goes down as my most awkward speaking engagement I ever did, but I got through it. And here's the key part of the story. One of those people who stayed awake booked me for their company. And so I ended up actually making money off of that deal. But I think he just felt bad, maybe. Sympathy. I'm just you just went through this, and I feel bad for you. So if I could throw some money your way, that'd be nice. But I will never forget that. And so now when somebody tells me we're doing something at a restaurant, I'm always like, oh God, don't let
it go again. I've speech to 2 people before, but I've never had anybody that I know of fall asleep.
Huh. Julie, thanks for that. Yeah, just missed out. Yeah.
I kind of feel like Zach's life's an entire awkward story. So
Yeah, Zach, would it be easier to tell us what's not awkward?
Look, I was going to throw one out that happened recently, and there's photographic evidence of me dressed up as Taylor for Halloween.
Oh, Lord.
And being a, let's just say I'm the hot one of the 2 of us. It's sad, but I was that glamorous as a woman. I'm going to show the photo. If y'all saw this, I don't know if it'll focus on it. There we go.
Oh my God, yes.
So it was Taylor in college, and I actually wore her sweats, put on a blonde wig, carried 2 backpacks.
How the hell did you fit into her sweats? Those things had to stretch.
She is not a little lady, we will say. But put all her clothes on. I wore tall fuzzy socks and Crocs the entire day. Carried 2 backpacks, a pack of protein powder, and a Stanley, because everybody has to have a damn Stanley these days. And it was glamorous until the next day when I went to work out, and somebody at the gym was like, "Man, I thought you dressed up as Fat Thor from Endgame." Cool. There it is. I thought it was Taylor. Nope. I am a superhero that drinks a lot of beer. I don't know if I should have been.
I love it.
It was either a compliment or an insult. I'm not sure which yet. I'm still deciding.
It's both. That's exactly what that was. It was a compliment insult.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if you're going to be Fat Thor, Donnie can help you out with some screaming goats.
Right?
That would be awesome. I'll just lasso them. We'll be good to go.
And apparently, if you wear this like back brace with suspenders, you'll be fat. I don't know.
Apparently. I don't think that's what makes us fat these days, but we'll go with it.
Okay, just had an awkward moment happen right now. My mom just texted me on a thing, and the first 5 puppies were just born.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
There it is.
I'm officially a grandfather.
Oh, congrats. Cheers.
Yeah, cigar. Where's the cigars at?
Hold on, I'm texting Elizabeth. She'll probably run over.
Okay, I haven't gone outside yet. I want to try to figure out why everybody's barking out there. I had to close the windows real quick, and the first 5 little babies are born.
Life happens as you run a business, right? I mean, that's like real life. You can't, get more crazier than that.
Morning, Tarena.
Hey, Tarena.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Any other awkward moments?
No, let's get to that big awkward moment where we let Zach talk about himself.
Yeah, let's just.
So
cut us off, Stevie.
I was making sure you guys were in mid, stream conversation. So, Zach, who the hell are you? What the heck do you do? Who are you? Introduce yourself.
I'm Fat Thor, and I drink beer, and I drink beer, and I know things. So, like, what more do you need at that point?
I would have been so disappointed if you hadn't led with that.
Sore loser, you can put that in there.
Loser.
I mean, I've never seen anybody cry as much as you did at the summit.
Well, we all know it's rigged. Like, let's be honest. We all knew it was rigged. There was no
cry as much as him at the summit. You mean besides you, sir?
Right.
I don't know what Sean about.
19 times.
It was 21. It's 21. Let's get it right.
But let's be honest. Like the Northeast, those damn New Englanders from the War of Northern Aggression, they needed the help. I've already flown you to Atlanta twice. Like, what more do we need out here? Right?
No.
Wow.
You've been here, you've done that. New England needed the help, so I guess you can go say hi to them. It's fine.
Well, we're going to bring big guns because Stevie's going with it, Jessica's going with us. So so
there's actually gonna have value attached to it.
Right, I was gonna say.
Well, I mean, Zach is actually gonna be good this time when you just have Donnie. I'm sorry about you.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Stevie. I appreciate that.
So,
but hey, next time, Zach, I'm there for you.
I've been told that the where we're speaking at, it's an art studio, right? So it's a co-working space, art studio, SoCo Art Labs.
SoCo Art
Is it like a crayon art studio?
I do. If it is, I won't have to worry about you.
They're removing the crayons before he gets there.
Yeah,
but no temptations.
One of the artists is an adult artist, And so there's literally penises and vaginas all over the walls. And I'm like,
Like when you say adult
course.
artists, I'm glad you verified. I'm like, okay,
I
aren't
did
most
too.
artists
'Cause I
adults?
was like,
like kids, paint by number, you know.
Yeah. Like, is this whole thing just like children under 12 years old? And
Yeah,
there's one adult in
they
there?
would not let me speak in that particular place.
no.
Zach, who the hell are you? What do you do?
Man, naturally the good veteran side from the Army guy, not a Marine. I think most people
Thank
know
God.
that. And the two of us are like terrible representations of veterans. It's cool.
Right.
Cool. But was a cop first, left, joined the Army, and then started a couple businesses. The biggest piece right now that's happening is my 501c that supports veteran businesses and veteran organizations. We're having some really, really awesome success right now. Would love to dive into that piece.
Yeah, you guys just did the what is it? The music? No, the what the hell is it called? What's the thing you and Taylor just wrapped up? Medal, not Medal of Honor, but
the Veteran Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the fucking
Yeah.
words.
The Veteran Hall of Fame hosted an event here in Atlanta. They asked me to MC it, which was pretty cool. We inducted Colin Powell and a few other folks that are a couple Medal of Honor recipients. It was pretty awesome.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, very different when I'm like trying to read a script and not allowed to improv. So it's kind of like, don't go full Donnie, right? Like that's all I heard. It was a lot of fun.
I could have heard Donnie there now. Hey, welcome, fucking Colin Powell. Yeah. There's a reason why you emceed that, Zach.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Here, actually, this 1 week from today, I'm hosting General Petraeus. For those that don't know General Petraeus, he was the 4-star Army general in charge of the Middle East during the early invasions, and then left that to become the director of the CIA. I'm actually hosting 3 events with him in one day, and we have about 1,000 attendees across those 3 events, from a lunch, a dinner, and then a speaking engagement. So a lot of really good stuff happening there that kind of people are like, hey, where the hell did this dude come from? I'm like, I've been hosting events for a year and a half, and I could come to all of those, but all of a sudden you get a big name, and it just a testament to staying true to that piece of it, because got a call from him. Funny enough, the same day I did not get my biggest client did not renew our contract, which sucked. I got a phone call from General Petraeus, and he asked if I could put together an event for him. So a couple good wins here and there, but definitely working on building and growing and trying to make better things happen.
And isn't that like the purest example of being an entrepreneur running your own business? You lose your biggest client, and then a freaking general calls you. I mean, it's such a wild damn roller coaster, running a business as a whole. Well done, dude. It's such a cool thing, because there's so many veteran nonprofits out there. They actually wear me out because there's just way too many of them, and they're all trying to do the same thing. It's like, can't y'all just partner up and get after it that way? But nobody wants to do that. So good on you for coordinating. When I spoke down at, was it Vetlanta down there? I mean, Zach had 400 veterans in the room for that event.
And we're actually coming back to that same venue. So as of right now, the lunch is sold out at 160. Then we're going to the dinner that's being at that same venue you spoke at, Donnie.
Yeah.
That got sold out. We had to bump registration to 85. That got sold out. And as of right now, as we stand this morning, we're at about 600 out of 650 for the main event. Wow. So it's a huge turnout. But, it is funny attached to what you were just saying, man. Like, got crushed when losing that client, man. It's like over a 6-figure contract. And it's like, ooh, it was a great success. I was doing international business for them, business development, and 80 folded their international business in 6 months. It's like you hit a massive amount of success, and they're like, oh yeah, we're good now, apparently. And the board decided they went a different direction, so they cut that side. They cut international business out of the company. Like, but we're making so much money over here, and so something like fully. That's where it seems like something fully with the outside of our control. And it's like, okay, get effed. I love that. I don't know if we're allowed to.
Oh, you can say whatever the hell you want.
Okay. So that was a straight up like get fucked. And then what's funny is in that same day when the general called, the CEO of that client was like, oh man, that sounds like a really interesting event. I'm like, it surely will be without you. Great.
Gonna be some great exposure for me.
Could have been for y'all, but no.
No,
Good
it's crazy how the world works sometimes. In general, that's why you never burn a bridge, because you never know when shit's going to come back around. And there's been times in my life where I've fucked up and burned a bridge, and it's come back to bite me in the ass hard because somebody was put in a position that I really needed what they were doing. And not happening. No, I know, shocking that I burned a bridge somewhere. I get it. So
Wait, I'll try and find my shocked face for you.
I thought you always look shocked, dear.
Look, you got to burn the bridge to light the way, and that's Donnie's mythology.
That is Donnie Method 101. Yeah, for sure.
And Zach, is definitely dating his better half, who's 10 times better. We should have put Taylor on here versus Zach.
I was going to ask you, why would you choose him?
I assumed she was asked first, and then she was busy. So
there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that.
I got a call it last night at midnight. Hey man, can you come on in the morning? Like, what? Taylor's not available? What happened?
Well, let's be honest. I had about 6 other people I asked first.
Yep.
So there was a line in front of you. It's just
6. He told us before the show there was 13.
I'm trying to be nice.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel over here, man. It's like we're both that bad off right now. We got to support each other. It's awful. I appreciate the rest of y'all bringing value to this show, though.
Hey.
So we're here for you, buddy. So all right. All right, so figured we'd have a little bit of fun.
Hey, Stevie, you're not doing. Just go on mute while Donnie does
I'm
this. Okay.
gonna just walk away.
Are you
supposed to be teaching? It totally said Donnie and Stevie. We're doing this together.
Stevie, go ahead and mute out. Let's teach everybody in Canva how to do pictures of one person.
Hey, I'm so vain. I know that song's about me. All right. So.
Oh my God.
So. Well, I missed the note that it said Donnie and Stevie, so
it's fine. Hey, you roll, babe. I'm gonna sit here and drink my Diet Coke and make fun of you.
I wasn't worried about it. So, all right. So I was gonna teach some fun things, things that I'm doing in what's that say? Way too much time on Canva.
Yes.
Yes. For sure. I could give a master class on Canva itself. So I wanted to walk through just a couple of things that I'm doing on LinkedIn that are absolutely helping me grow. Literally since January, I've grown 10,000 followers and continue to grow rapidly, getting a ton of engagement. So I'd walk through a couple of things that have helped me really get there, and just some hacks. And if you guys got hacks and you're watching this on Canva on LinkedIn as well, freaking feel free to throw them in there. But probably one of my funnest ones is to change screens. Of course not. So let's do it this way. Nope. So one of the things that I'll do is I'll spend 30 minutes before I post every day, going on to LinkedIn as a whole, and I literally will comment and engage on as many posts as I can in the shortest amount of time. So to do that, I created my own little cheat sheet so I can move around LinkedIn fast. And the way I'll do that, and so we'll highlight Zach today. Why not?
Oh God, it's gonna be a bunch of videos of Taylor and I talking shit on our podcast now.
Yeah, dude, that's like all you post anymore.
Bro, look, when you put a hot blonde on the video, all of a sudden, like, everything quadrupled.
That wasn't a hot blonde. That was Fat Thor.
Same. Okay.
So if I'm on Zach's profile, what I'll do is I'll come down here to the activity section where it says post. I click on show all post. And the cool thing about
wow, what a sexy individual.
All right, let's see if we can just scroll. You can't even you talk about being vain, right? Right. But
like, you are your brand, right? Like, you're walking billboard for yourself, all that good stuff.
Man, you must be broke. So
yikes.
So
wow, I love that the video we're looking at is him talking about sexual relations and getting kisses from Taylor.
I love it. She's also, if y'all didn't know, my retirement
this is the way to start it.
There she is. There we are. She's my retirement plan. I'm retired. I'm a stay-at-home dad.
Yes. There's
All right. I just wanted to get it paused on Taylor, so we don't have to look at you anymore.
There you go. Accurate.
So,
Well played.
but up here at the top, once you're on the activity page on post, up here at the top, you can just grab this URL, right? And stop screen, present. Hold on. Share screen. And with that URL, you can take and make a cheat sheet of people's profiles. So what I then do is I have it set up that who I'm going to type on. These are a lot of the SCN presidents, SCN members, top voices I'm going to interact and engage with, who I'm going to go after, after a post, and then if I'm going for some regional stuff. What this does is allowed me to come here and quickly just click on these, and of course, it's not going to change me over, but that's taking me straight over to Jessica's, page. So just a fun, quick hack that can allow you to get through a whole bunch of people in a very, very, very short amount of time. And it's worked extremely well for me to get a lot of engagement up. The second thing is right now, collaborative articles are huge. So collaborative articles, I thought was a silly idea by LinkedIn, but they came out using AI and are creating a ton of content on different topics. So you can just go to Google, type in LinkedIn collaborative articles, and it's going to pull up a whole bunch of categories. And the categories will be anything from sales, marketing, to you name it. Dang it, where's the poll? So let's go here. And so I just created a bookmark for sales collaborative articles, entrepreneurship collaborative articles, networking collaborative articles. Those are the three things that I typically go and engage on. So in doing that, I've got sales bookmark, and what you'll find is you have all of these AI generated stories and teaching moments and the likes. What I will always try and do is I'm going to scroll through these until I find one with the least amount of contributions on it, right? And that's the one I'm going to comment and engage on. I saw this morning there was a gentleman, I got to give him credit if I can remember his name, but he's done 700 comments on these collaborative articles. And he's done the metrics behind it. And it was pretty cool to watch his numbers and how fast his account's grown. Because unlike your post may be up for a week, a two type thing. But your comments on collaborative articles, Keith loves this show. Hey there, sunshine. Right? So nice. But on these collaborative articles, they stay up forever. They're evergreen. So I've got the comments that I've done freaking, whenever they first came out that people are still liking, and I can see that after they've liked, they've actually came and followed me in my profile. So I've created I've been getting invited to collaborative articles and haven't done anything. Start commenting on, Julie. That's pretty powerful to see how much they're getting more and more eyeballs on your profiles and such. And what I've also done to try and kind of, it's not hacking LinkedIn, but try and get LinkedIn better as a whole, is I'm now figured out that there's about 5 or 6 people that post right at the exact same time I do. So what I will do, they go in my after post moment. So on the after post, as soon as I post, I go find Melissa Cohen, Stephanie, Liam Darmody, and Ariel Lee all post right around the same time. So I can do my post, instantly go and comment on theirs, and I become one of their first comments on their post. And you want to comment as much as you can and you have time for, but being that first comment gets you a hell of a lot more exposure. Especially if they're on people that are a little more influential in nature. So Marine Corps birthday's coming up. Thank you, Sean. So back at you, brother. November 10th. Y'all should mark that down. So Army, we don't care about. They don't even celebrate anything. So
we're celebrating
they do.
the Air Force and football over the weekend.
Oh my God.
Take the wins when you can.
You know why the Marine Corps doesn't have a football team? Because we're too busy defending a fucking country to worry about a quarterback.
Because they use a chalkboard and not a coloring book.
No, because they use Navy.
No, that's not a thing. So,
I mean, your checks were signed by the Department of the Navy.
we can't help it. We are the Department of the Navy. We're the men's department. It's fine. So I got these all day long, boys. So I got them locked and loaded in the holster too. So so you can't get around a bunch of veterans without having a bunch of them in the hopper. So, but LinkedIn, man, has been my platform this year. We've had a lot of fun, seeing a tremendous amount of growth. Oh, and LinkedIn, they celebrate. They almost became Marines. It's the men's department. See, look at all the jarheads jumping in. Huh?
Yeah.
How we like that?
I think you're outnumbered, Zach.
It takes that many of them. That's all right.
So, but the other thing that's really, really crushing right now is LinkedIn company pages are really upping right now, and they're getting a lot more traction on them. So LinkedIn's trying to keep people on the platform more often. LinkedIn groups still suck, but pages are kicking up a whole lot. So it's been a lot of fun figuring that all out and spending probably way too much time there.
I mean, between LinkedIn and Canva, do you do anything else?
No.
Okay.
No.
Accurate. Got it.
All right, in this segment, it's a small world, and this is where we're going to talk about random run-ins and times we've randomly bumped into people. And
So the funny story is going to be told today is going to be told by Donnie, but we're going to wait and let him tell that a little bit towards the end. So he doesn't know what I'm talking about yet, but I'll remind him in a minute.
Yeah, I'm like,
probably
okay.
the best person you ever bumped to in a public place in your entire life when you were probably a freshman in high school. At the Water Gardens.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. So you can save that story for a little bit later.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We'll maybe end with that one. So
Wow.
without a doubt, my favorite bump into someone's story that I laugh and die every time I hear it. So, but I was out in Las Vegas, I think 10, 11 years ago. There was like a 5-year period where I was in Vegas 7-8 times a year. And I was out there with my wife at the time. And we're at the Wynn Casino, and I come out of the bathroom, and someone says, "Hey, Keith," and I'm like, "Hey," and I just keep walking. Like, I'm in Vegas, I'm just gonna know everybody, right? And they're like, "Hey, Keith," and I turn around, and it's my wife's aunt and uncle from Wisconsin. So, and I'm like, "Oh, holy shit, what are you guys doing here?" Like, "Oh, we decided just to come out this weekend," and I'm like, "Is Kim with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hang on one second." She's coming out of the bathroom, and she just came out that moment and ran in, went and had lunch with her aunt and uncle. I had no idea they were even in Las Vegas. The fact that we were in the same hotel was even crazier because neither one of us were staying at that hotel. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. It is a small world, man.
It's a small world.
It is. I'm going to be honest, Donnie. I really wanted the intro to this to be your like little head on a little body saying, "It's a small world after all." I really wanted that as the intro. We make that happen?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll figure that out.
There's that little dancing elf thing from the movie Elf.
That's
I'm
where
with
my
you.
head went. That's what I thought we were gonna.
I don't think he can play the music. Though,
I can't play the music. That's the only problem.
But just do the cartoon. We'll sing the tune.
As long as you sing it, there's no copyright.
Have you ever seen Scuttle off the Little Mermaid?
Yes.
That's what I sound like when I fucking sing. Yeah, no.
But I
he'll get on Canva right after Julie says.
Accurate.
Working at Amtrak. Yeah. So, man, I've randomly bumped into so many people, but one of the craziest ones is I lived in St. Louis, but I was flying back from California heading to Florida, and so I had a layover in St. Louis, which was funny that I was living there at the time. So I'm sitting at the bar, and as I'm sitting at the bar, this big hand comes up and slaps me on the back of the shoulder. And so it got me on my edge really quick because it came down with some force. And so I pop up and turn around, and it was Jersey Mike. It was my buddy I did 4 years in the Marine Corps with. He just happened to have a layover in the St. Louis airport at the same time. And trust me, everybody around us had no idea what the fuck was going on from there, because it was like, "What the fuck are you?" And dude, like the top of our lungs. So because I hadn't seen the dude at that point for like 10 years. So it was cool to randomly run into him, just at the airport like that. So, So, what about you guys? Random run-ins?
All of mine happen at airports. I think that's just because I travel so much. But
Yeah.
I now, like, when I arrive at the airport for a trip, I expect I'm going to run into somebody at the airport that I know, whether it's them having a layover in DFW or they're from DFW and going somewhere else or whatever. But I think it's not my favorite run-in, but my most memorable run-in is early on in my life. I had just broken up with somebody and it was not good. And so it's been like 2 years after, and I'm flying in and out of the Denver airport. And I knew that he lived in Denver, right? But like, what are the chances? The Denver airport is so huge. Why would that even, right? And we're on the little people movers. And I'm going this way and he's going the other way. And I'm like, standing there with my bag. And I look over and he looks at me and we don't say anything. We just watch each other pass by on the people and then we just keep on walking. Like, this never
Like a
happened.
perfect movie scene.
Ignore it. But that was like the most awkward one ever. Cause I was like, oh, wow. What are the chances, right? You never think of those things, especially people that you kind of like cut out of your life. You figure, I'm never going to see them again. Right? What are the chances? Oh, that was so bad. But I'm sure people behind us were like, they're like making intense eye contact as they just pass each other on this moving walkway and yet not saying anything. Probably looked like I wanted to kill him. But
like, almost like a West Side Story.
Yeah, like literally it would have been a great dance moment in that moment. But yeah, it was terrible.
Nice.
But
Bernie, you got any?
Every year, me and my friends we go to the World Expo of Beer in Frankenmuth, Michigan. It's like a little Bavarian village thing, and we go there. We call it Beer Fest. My cousin's birthday is that weekend, so we go there and just basically get hammered. Usually a few hundred different beers there, right? All different brewers. They sell tickets, and then they give you these little 3-ounce plastic beer steins to go around and try all of the different beers. And obviously we're drunk, so we always go to the high alcohol by volume beers, right? The double IPAs, the Drippas, the meads, all the good stuff. So we've been doing this for roughly 10 years, and I have never gone there and seen anyone I know ever other than the people I come with. So last year we go there, and we were probably about 2 hours in. I'd probably had about 20 mini beers at that point.
Wait, was it your grandma that farted at the funeral?
No, different.
Okay.
Although it would have been amazing if she had been there.
Just a rough guess.
But it was actually my cousin Erica, who's about a month older than me. I hadn't seen her in probably 5 or 6 years, and I'm hammered. And all of a sudden, she just comes over to me and slaps this big hug on me. She's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Just absolutely random. I've never seen anybody there that I know, and to be hammered like that.
Right?
That's one of my almost fears is because of how much I drink and party at Renaissance festivals. I'm always worried that somebody's gonna randomly walk up and be like, "Hey, Donnie," and be like, luckily I did run into Matt Redden down at TRF this past weekend, but he caught me midday, so we were good.
I think he's seen you worse, so it's probably not a
probably so. So too funny.
Okay, what's this epic one Donnie has to share?
Oh
yeah, share it, Donnie.
I'm a freshman in high school and already smoking, drinking, doing lots of things that you do in high school from time to time. And, I had this penchant for skipping school. Well, the Fort Worth Water Gardens was one of the places we would go hang out because, cops never came in there, so you could smoke, drink, do whatever. Well, this particular day, I had run out of cigarettes, and I see a gentleman up the way smoking cigarettes. So me being me, I go up and figured I'm just going to bum a cigarette off of him. So I literally gawk up, tap a gentleman on the shoulder, say, "Can I get a cigarette?" And my dad turned around. I tried to bum a cigarette off of my own dad. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. I think I was a senior in high school that year when I heard the story. It made my heart sing with joy.
I bet it did.
Just to throw out, since you can't remember acronyms either, I'll throw one out there for Marines that this story applies very well to. Marines stand for muscles are required, intelligence not expected. Did you
So-
not recognize your own father? Like, come on, man.
So did you miss
Like,
the whole part about drinking and maybe doing some other extracurricular activities?
See, I was that goody two shoes, I guess. I didn't do that.
Yeah,
So,
no, I was not. I was definitely that idiot. So
why is that past tense? Let's try that.
and so since he did the Marine Corps acronym, let's help him out. You know what Army stands for? Ain't ready to be a Marine yet. So like I said, we can keep playing these all day long. So all right, let's wrap this up with some silliness. All right, so this segment, we went out to go find just some crazy classified ads. And
I got to share the first one just so we can get this off and rolling. So this is an ad in, I think this is a Craigslist ad, and it says waitress wanted, must be 18 years old with 20 years experience.
All right, good. This one made my day. It says have Viagra, need woman, any woman between 18 and 80.
All right, here's one. Nintendo Switch for sale, $200. I'm selling my son's Switch. Made him a deal to quit pooping in the shower. Apparently he cannot do that and thinks it's funny when I step on his steamers in the morning. So the Switch is going. It all works and will demonstrate upon arrival. It's not the light, it's the full-size one. I know I'm taking a loss with the money I spent on this darn thing, but stepping on a cornback rattler in the shower each morning is really upsetting to me and gross.
Cornback rattler.
Wow.
That kid's been scarred for life.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Here's one. So Chihuahuas for sale. Small boy toys free to a good home.
Oh.
Does it say it comes with the 5-gallon leftover peanut butter?
This one says hamsters free. Call Alan's mom. Right below it says hamsters $1. Call Alan.
Yikes. Here's a wanted scuba diving instructor. No experience necessary.
Okay.
Just put it on go.
Here, I got one. This is a farm related one. You ready? For sale, tame donkey, sweet, good pet, have to sell because neighbors are complaining about his bra.
What?
What?
To which somebody responded, it really shouldn't be any business for the neighbors of what the donkey chooses to wear.
Oh my God.
Right? Wow.
Now hiring cashier. Cannot look like Skeletor from He-Man.
We all know exactly who he's talking about.
No,
It's that guy that's been smoking for 40 years, you know.
Like, they must have like interviews of the day before, and everybody that showed up was an old skinny dude showing bones.
Is this like local DFW stuff? Because y'all are like off in left field over there.
We only pulled this from this is all from the Atlanta Apparel paper from last weekend.
Wow.
All right, Craigslist
Hey, Sammy, good morning, buddy.
misconnections. You farted in Kroger yesterday. You were the tall brunette with the near perfect body that farted in the bread section last night. I was the tall guy next to you that looked over and asked, "Was that you?" You quickly replied, "No, it wasn't me." You almost seemed insulted, I would ask. As the stink grew, you continued to deny your flatulence, but it was evident. I tried to get rid of the stench by waving 2 loaves of ciabatta bread. You proceeded to storm off in an angry manner. You are beautiful. Even if you are a liar and fart like a Clydesdale, I'd love to meet up.
Oh my God, that's definitely out of Georgia, guaranteed.
Sounds like South Georgia for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy shit! No pun intended.
Girlfriend for sale. Body rough, well used, ridden hard, leaks gas, needs rear end, high mileage, can handle big loads, trade for ping pong table.
Wow.
Trade for ping pong table. Wow.
That's it. That's actually a great trade.
Knowing some of the women you've dated, Keith, I feel like that is probably
Right. Right?
Listen,
Oh.
I'm not going to argue with that. I would take ping pong tables over 90% of them. I would agree.
3-year-old kid horse, very genital, $900 with saddle.
Was the saddle for the horse?
I don't
Or
know.
I really don't know. Okay, here's one. For sale, 11 beloved goats, 2 males, 9 nannies, have been raised indoors. One is a family pet who shares our bed, and we need to be able to visit often.
Y'all gonna laugh, but I have had people buy goats off of us and send us pictures of their goats on their living room, like a dog. That
Wow.
really happens.
Wow.
This one was a whole meme that went out for a little while, but I still love it. It says, "Congratulations, George Brownridge, for pleasing 15 women for an entire day. We were all exhausted and very satisfied. We look forward to next year, and we all thank you." They were thanking him for taking them out and like doing a tour and some other things. They actually had to take out another article, and that one didn't pop up.
we'd like to clarify our last article.
Last post.
No condoms were used all day yesterday.
Right. Oh, you gotta love this stuff. Any others, guys?
No, those are the best ones I got.
Yeah, that's it. I'm out. I'm exhausted, and I got to go see my puppies.
Right.
I got to see my grandkids.
Announcement then. What do we have coming up this week? What do you guys got going? I know Stevie and I are leaving for Boston Wednesday morning. So
we are indeed.
We'll be there for the Champions Summit. It's almost completely sold out. I think there's just a handful of tickets. Not even a handful. There's a couple of tickets left for that. But you can go to championssummit.com on that, I believe. And the tickets are $59. They do include dinner. And Stevie's got a webinar coming up.
Next Tuesday, or actually not next Tuesday, tomorrow. Geez, I don't know what day it is. Tomorrow, I am speaking on executive presence, how to read a room, how to have confidence, all the things. So
very cool.
That means all 4 of us have been disqualified from that conversation,
right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So there was something on the 15th. What's happening on the 15th, Keith? I don't know, something.
15th. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a big LinkedIn event for Canada. So
that's right.
Anywhere north of the United States, come hang out with us on the 15th. You can find either Donnie's profile or my profile, and we've got the event there on LinkedIn. Do you have it? Share a link, Donnie? I don't have it.
Yeah, I'll get one there. Talk about Sammy's.
So, Wednesday, Sammy Torres Jr. has a nonprofit. They're sending baseballs and other things over to Uganda, and their package leaves on Wednesday. So especially if you're here in the DFW area where Sammy is, get in touch with Sammy. You can see him down there on his LinkedIn comment, and help those guys out, get as big of a package as they can, spreading joy and happiness to kids in Uganda. What they do is absolutely 100% amazing.
Yeah. So, and then I'll try and put these in chat, see if they'll pop in. The 9th, I'm doing a Mastering of Sales with Disc workshop. I love teaching Disc, but I'm going to teach you how to use Disc to actually sell more. The cool thing about that is I'll be in Fall River, Massachusetts, and doing this live. So we'll be broadcasting live. This is usually a private event we do for our members of Success Champion Networking. But because we're going to have so many of them in person, we're going to do this live, broadcast it. So not only do you get to learn a lot about Disc itself, I'll teach you how to sell with it more, but we're going to dive in and put you in breakout groups so you can network and the like. So that'll be a lot of fun. Then
I also want to shout out a big thank you to our guest today for having light on the side of your head and not on top of your head, so we didn't get the glare. Just want to point
still
that
move
out.
my head around and I can find
there's
glimmer.
You do that, and then we see the glare. So I like all that side light you got going on behind you. Plus, you've also got books on your shelves now, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, I was actually taught to read.
I was going to say, congratulations on learning to read. Is that what we're saying?
Yes,
Yeah, well,
yes.
For the longest time, he had this shelf behind us, and there was
Nothing on it. He just sat in a blank. nothing on the walls.
So I
nothing
used
on
to
the
tell
ceiling.
people he would log in. I'd say, everybody, all the awards that Zach has ever won are right behind him. Nothing there.
That's fair.
Wow.
So,
That's fair.
Wow.
so and then on the 15th is the SEN Canada. So I just put that link out there for you guys as well. So if you're in the Canadian part of the world, freaking come hang out with us as we work to really start invading Canada. Can we say that? And love Bernie's new hat. I didn't even notice he had a new hat on.
Yeah,
I was
Detroit
going to mention
Lions.
something earlier. First time I've ever seen him without a Lions hat on. So, or a Tiger's hat on. I mean, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
baseball season's over. Julie gave me a little shit. So that's
Dude.
the lines.
good job, Julie.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I'm not a sports guy, but watching that final game of the World Series, dude, was freaking awesome. And I literally, I was sitting with a buddy that'd been a friend for like 35 years. And dude, he's been a lifelong freaking Rangers fan, man. To watch him burst into tears and celebrate the way it was really freaking cool. Because, it was a game for me. Yes, it was cool they won, but watching him have so much joy out of it was really damn cool. So, but lots of cool things coming up. Zach, you got any big things coming up you want to tell everybody about?
And if there's any folks outside of Atlanta, we're actually flying to Tampa tomorrow morning, hosting a Veterans Day event there, then flying from Tampa tomorrow night to Virginia Beach and hosting a veterans event there Wednesday. So if you got any folks in Tampa or VA Beach, we're growing quickly with the orgs. So lots of good stuff happening.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So
Very cool.
November 10th is a Marine Corps birthday. November 11th is Veterans Day. And November 12th is my anniversary. So we'll be hitting 17 years, I think, this year. So
Celebrating in Massachusetts, man. You guys need to have fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. And if you guys have any places I should go while in, the Boston area, friggin' let me know. So that's gonna be a fun time. And of course, the weather's gonna turn and get fucking cold.
If I were
we
you,
get
I
up
would
there.
avoid the Boston Police Department. You're welcome.
So,
Hey,
Dad-
look at there.
Dad
I
missed
figured out how
out.
to say hello on Facebook.
So, Dad missed out on the whole story about me meeting him in a water garden. So,
Now he's got to go back and watch it over.
right. So, well, you guys have a badass week and freaking stay out of trouble, all that fun stuff. If we could ever be of value to you, ever help you out, feel free to reach out to any of us. And we're here every Monday, 8
See you
a.m.
guys.
Central to 9.
Bye.